So Stihl's electric range, is it really built for the professional market or not? Let's have a look into what they've got and how they work. So what I've got in front of me is the Stihl AS-A20 Secateurs. We've got the GT40 and we've got the 220T. The 220T I've had for quite a while, still love it. But let's have a look and see where we can use them and how. First things first, let's have a look at the AS-A20 Secateurs. Perfect for gardeners, landscapers, arborists, and some might think the mafia. Run on an AS2 battery. You'll get a charger like this. Simply plug your battery in, green light will come on. Once that green light goes out, that means that the battery's fully charged. If this light turns red, it means there's a problem with the battery, so stop charging basically. Let's have a look at the functions of the AS-A20 Secateurs. So let's get a battery in there first. This is an AS2 battery. At this end, we've got a protective cover for the Secateurs head for when they're in transport. Let's just slide that off. At the base here, we've got instructions, so you can't forget. I do a lot. First thing, turn on the Secateurs. Button at the base here by the battery. Second, we want to open it up to 25mm. That's the largest setting you'll get out of these Secateurs. So 2 presses, and now they've opened up. Second on the list is putting it down to slightly smaller if you don't want it too large. And that's hold it for 3 seconds. We should hear a beep. And now we've gone down to the smaller size. To simply lock it, hold it down for 5 seconds. You'll hear a first beep. Wait for the second beep. Now the Secateurs are locked down. So the OLED screen, it shows you at the top how much battery you've got left. Second down is what the Secateurs are doing. And at the bottom, it tells you how many cuts you've done. I've done 4,000, so you can see they've done quite a lot. A nice little touch to me is if you just turn off the Secateurs. If you're having a problem where the Secateurs aren't cutting correctly, maybe the blades are slightly apart, they're too loose because you've done too many cuts, pop out the battery and you have a little tool in the base of it. This tool can be used at the head of the Secateurs when they're turned off, and you can tension the blades to give you a much tighter cut. I thought that was quite a nice little touch personally, because it's like hidden away and you're not wandering around your van trying to find a little screwdriver or something to fix it. So the AS-20 Secateurs, let's go and see what they can do. So we're outside. I transport it normally with the cover on. It's just in case I fall over or, you know, anything can happen. The blade is completely covered up. So to start, let's get that cover off. Obviously I'm going to press the bottom button to power it up. At this point you're going to hear a beep and you can see the LED screen come up. Let's go for the widest setting to start with. Ready to go. But looking at what we're going to prune, it's quite fine stuff. So I'm going to hold it for 3 seconds and it's just going to make the blade a little bit narrower. Now, obviously this is really fine stuff, so let's see if it rips it, leaves a fold. No, that looks pretty clean. We're going to work our way back. Let's see how far this narrower blade can get on this oak branch. I think that's pretty much maxing it out there. I'd say that's a bit under an inch. Obviously, we're into the larger stuff now, so I'm going to hold it for another 3 seconds. And we're going to make it a bit wider, that's 25mm, an inch. And we've got this nice big branch here. So let's just nip that bit out of the way. And see, I reckon about there is probably starting on the inch. And it's gone straight through. And we're just going to try this finishing cut. Now you can see that the blade is maxed out. That's about as big as you're going to get in there. Let's see if it'll go through it. And it has. Took a bit of effort, but yeah, it's obviously oak, so it's nice and hard. I think it did quite well, really. Let's have a look at the GT40 next. GTA 40 pruning saw, perfect for landscapers, gardeners, arborists, even carpenters or roofers. I think this could be quite good. I've had it out in all sorts of weather. It's run on the AS2 battery, same as the Secateurs, so you can use the same charger to charge it up. And I've used it mainly on light pruning, but dead woods, reductions, anything like that. Let's have a look at the features that come with this saw. So under the scabbard, we've got a cute little 6-inch bar. As you can see, its predecessor had a protective bar over the top. Stihl's removed that for the professional market, so you can cut on the top and on the bottom. Let's move to this oil tank. We all forget to fill up oil on electric saws, let's admit it, so make sure you keep an eye on that. Simple Stihl cap, twist, pull off. Working our way back, we've got the top handle here. When in use, one hand on the top, one hand on the main trigger. As you can see, if I press the trigger, we've got a dead man's handle. It won't do anything. So when you want to use the saw, simply press down on this. There's another one on the other side. Press down on this, and the saw will engage. Let's work to the back of the machine, where we've got an indicator here. If you press this light whilst you're in the canopy or on the floor, it'll just give you some light, show you how much battery life you've got. Working our way down, we've got a wide spread at the base here, so if the chain did come off, it would catch here or hit here, protecting your hands. Down to the bottom, this is where I've been connecting it to my harness. We've got a ring here, this comes separately. You can choose whatever side you want, because they've put a connection here. And what I've been doing is sliding that ring over my DMM Volt, and it sits nice and tight to the harness. I've whacked a DMM lanyard on there because, well, it's nice and narrow, it doesn't get in the way, and it gives plenty of stretch. At the base, we've got the AS2 batteries. This is carrying 2 of them to give it maximum cutting time. Brilliant idea. Let's go see how this thing functions in the tree. Right, so I'm out on the end of my limb with the GTA 40, and we're going to do a bit of pruning to bring this canopy line in a bit. We're going to reduce this probably back to this growth point, and yeah, let's see how it copes. Nice. Nice. And as you can see, it's not struggling with this at all. That's a good size oak branch. So let's see if we can get a few more cuts in. That one's sticking out, how annoying. Sweet. GTA 40. Let's have a look at the 220 now and see how that performs. The largest in the range is the MS220T. You also get a 220C, different being, one will show you at the top here if your oil's run out, and one will show that oil hasn't run out. You have to just keep gauge of what's going on with that. I've been using this on takedowns, pruning, all sorts, and it's quiet. You can't use this on the floor because obviously it's a top handle chainsaw, but it's a nice quiet saw that's been through all sorts of weather in the past 2 years. And yeah, it's still going strong. So let's have a look at the features that come with this saw. At the end here, pulling off the scabbard, I'm normally using a 12-inch bar. 14's freaked me out a bit. I don't know why, but they just seem a bit too long. On this, I've put a Pico Super Free chain on it, or you could call it a PS3 if you're a gamer. Moving backwards, we've got dogs for when you're doing dismantling. Chain brake as standard. Oil tank with Stihl's, obviously, quick release oil plug. At the top here, talking about the oil, is your control panel. This is the on and off. Here at the top, you have a little screen with a little chain on it showing your oil levels. Now with the standard, this one, this panel won't light up if you're running out of oil. That model is the TCO. Moving backwards, we've got our dead man's handle here. Trying to press the trigger just will not engage unless that's down, hands round, and you're doing it. The back is the port for the battery. So what batteries are compatible with this saw? We'll have a look at them in a minute. I've got them stored away in here. At the back, we've got an attachment point. So you can get your chainsaw lanyard on there and you can clip the saw to your body, keeping it nice and tight. There is an oiling point here. Screwdriver down there if the saw's not oiling enough. You can turn it back and forth and get it perfect for what you're doing. At the back in this hole, we've got an air filter. This will need cleaning out from time to time. Not much rubbish goes in there, but when you're working on dirty sites and stuff, I have noticed little bits of debris gets in there, so it's worth always cleaning it and doing your maintenance. Obviously, side panel, nice and simple. Unscrew that, pop it off. It's completely flat in there. It's really easy to clean out. You've also got a screw here to adjust your chain if your chain goes loose. Let's have a quick look and see what batteries are compatible with this saw. Stihl have made a range of professional batteries. This is the AP range. First to start off is the AP200S. This is the lightest in the range and you won't get as much cut out of it as the other batteries. Mid-range, slightly heavier, but the 300. This is the battery I've been using personally over the past couple of years. I find it just gives me the right weight, it's not too heavy, and a good amount of cutting time. 500, the heaviest battery out of the group. It is a heavier battery, but obviously you're going to get a lot more cutting time with it. All these batteries can be charged up in the battery port. You get two types. You get the quick charge and the not so quick charge, if that makes sense. Let's have a quick look out in the field and see what this saw is capable of. Right, so yep, we're up a stem and I've got the MSA 220T, and yeah, I'd say this is probably close to 12 inches in diameter. I'm running a 12-inch bar, and well, let's see how this saw gets on with it. All right, throwing the dust. Get the side cut in, so it's a sensible step cut here. These are used in arboriculture, so that the climber can leave the log nice and stable, put his saw away, shout below, and throw the log down where he wants it. So that's the MSA 220T. Like I said previously, I've had this for a couple of years, and yeah, we've got quite a bit of footage, so here's some clips of what it's been doing over the past couple of years. Yep. So we just had a quick look through the battery products by Stihl, all being sold at Honey Brothers, and hopefully this helped you out in a certain way of thinking about what you would want to buy and where you could use it. It's all on the website, so go and check it out, and maybe show us a little like if you thought this video has been very helpful. Cheers guys, we'll speak to you soon.